Hi there, guys. It's Tom here again from On the Road. As I know, and you guys know, I haven't been as active posting on YouTube, but I've just been really busy, and now I've got long hair because of it. But no, so yeah, back with a new video. We will carry on with the Shopify app videos we were doing, but I just kind of wanted to touch on Shopify Flow and stuff that we've been doing on it. Shopify Flow has been out for a while now, especially for Shopify Plus, but actually Shopify Flow is out for all Shopify merchants now. So yeah, if you go to apps, then you can download the Flow app directly from the Shopify App Store. And essentially what it does, it helps automate and run your store a bit more efficiently and do stuff maybe that were manual before, or do stuff that you just couldn't do anyway before. So it's definitely a time saver, and also could be really help your business in terms of becoming more profitable, more efficient, essentially. So again, once you download it, you'll probably get something blank like this or something looking like this. Again, good place to start and just to see what's doable with Shopify Flow is going to the templates, which is actually really useful and to get people started. So yeah, and it instantly, like one good example here is get notified by email when product variant is low. Obviously for the warehouse, for distribution team, for anyone in the internal team, this is a really useful feature to have. That obviously you can't do with like the native Shopify features that Shopify gives you. Yeah, so there's absolutely loads here. Tag orders with specific products, which would in return help you filter orders and products and organize yourself internally. Again, there's so much stuff you can do in here. I'd be intrigued to get the feedback from you guys, just to discover like potentially what other videos I could do to show you how to. So again, I'm just going to quickly show you, once if I click on this template, kind of what's going on. So here you've got your trigger. It's very much like, if anyone has used Zapier, it's very much like Zapier Shopify Flow. So here you've got product variant, inventory quantity changes, and then you've got your conditions here. So if it's less than 20 and inventory prior is greater than 20, then send an internal email. So we can quickly go and install this template just for demo purposes. As you can see there, the conditions there, and then send internal email. Obviously, you've got to put the email address in there, and then they're using Shopify Liquid in here as well to do the message. But yeah, there are useful features along the way, like add a variable means basically add a Shopify Liquid variable. So I could go add variable, and if we wanted to know the product description for that product that is running low on inventory, then we could have that in that email there. I don't know why we want the product description, but we could. So yeah, it's very flexible. It can do quite a lot of things, and that's also why I'm here, because I want to show you a Shopify Flow that we have created for a client internally, and I'm pretty sure it's going to affect quite a lot of people and might be quite useful. So in the link tree that in the YouTube description, if you go and visit that, then you'll be able to get to my GitHub repo. In the GitHub repo, I've created something called Shopify Flows, where I will be creating and uploading Shopify Flows that we make for merchants, or just ones that you guys, viewers, want us to create for you. So this one is turning in the product description, which is this, into metadata. So for this client, we did it for their wedding rings, or their jewelry, it wasn't their watches. So we basically took the bullet points here, so the data in the description, and turned it into metadata. This gives us loads of advantages and stuff that we can do with it, but the main one is that we can turn this metadata into a filter on the front end. So we can categorize the main navigation by certain metadata, or we can give them a filter system on the collection page. So that's kind of the objective of this Shopify Flow. So we delve into it now and go to edit. What we have done here, just as an example, but we can use other triggers. Other triggers might be, if we click here, Shopify, and just type in product. I mean, you could do update product metafield, but they're not showing. Add product tags, for example. These aren't actually triggers. Change. Here we go. Sorry, guys. So here are the actual triggers. So we could do product adds to store, product deleted, product status updated, product variant added, and these would all trigger the same values that we could then pass in to run this code. Run this code is a new feature on Shopify Flows, which now allows us to do even more stuff, which is we're going to delve into. Just quickly, why would we want to? Why this feature is useful is because obviously in the past we didn't really have meta fields pretty much on Shopify, like a few years ago. Not really, they were quite difficult to access. So obviously most people put their product information to tags or into product descriptions, which is now outdated. Also, I know people who do fulfillments and have third parties involved. They send the stock, they get the stock data and product data sent to them in like an Excel sheet or an API, which all goes into the product description, which then if you upload a new product, you might want that product data broken down into metadata. So this script this Shopify Flow could come really useful. Anyways, we're going to start as product status has been updated. Once that product status has been updated, we're going to run this code. So let me run through this with you quickly. It uses GraphQL and JavaScript to output this data here. So first of all, we can query that product that's been updated, the status that's been updated for that product, and we're going to query the description HTML. We're not going to do description because it causes issues with the script because obviously there's bullet points in there and there's other stuff and all the descriptions are kind of different. So we're not going to do that. But yeah, so we need to have it in HTML because it is going to help us. You can also do stuff if you guys want to try this yourself. Obviously, we can pass through title, I don't know, price. Again, if you're familiar with GraphQL, this would all be very intuitive to you. If you're not, I would advise you to go and learn GraphQL, well, Shopify GraphQL at least. So then here we've got the input from that query. We're just log in the description HTML, so input product.description HTML, and then from this we can then break our descriptions down. Obviously this is tailored for our product description, so like example made in dash. What we're doing here is we're trying to basically get that made in dash, trim it so we get the second half of it, which would be this bit. So that's what the one's there for. Made in match, second half of it, trim. If we don't match, just pass through an unknown. The reason why we've done unknown, because if equals unknown, we don't want to pass through any string. Well, we want to pass through an empty string into here, and then that gets outputted. And then we've got a condition here which goes if I'm going to remove this so I can show you. So just quickly, you see this output here, made in. This then gets passed on to the next step onto your Shopify Flow. So we go to add criteria, the run code output, made in, which is that output that I've just shown you in the run code. And what I want to do is check that it's not empty and it exists. If it exists and it's not empty, then we will update the product metafield, which is another action that's available on the Shopify Flow. Update product metafield. The metafield is called, the namespace is called custom. The key of it's called made in. And again, we can, sorry, I just want to show you for example purposes. We can get that made in variable from the run code made in, and that's what that's going to output there. And then just so you know that our metafield is a single line text, so make sure you get that right as well. Obviously, there's so many different variables there you can have. If you get that wrong, then you'll get an error when they run the Shopify Flow. Apply. Obviously, we already applied that, so no real need there. And then when your Shopify flows get run, then you get an what you call like an overview of each Shopify flow that's being run. So here you can see is the product status was updated, it ran the code, and then it updated the made in meta field here. Didn't update the metal meta field here, but it did update the cut meta field. Again, we can get a better overview if we scroll down here. These are all the meta fields that came through that we console logged in our script. And then these are ones that were updated. So yeah, guys, I hope that makes sense. And you're more than welcome to go to the GitHub. If you download this flow to your computer, so this file here, you can then import it into your own Shopify store here. So yeah, it's a bit of a cheat code, and then you can mess around with it and have a play. But please leave a comments in the YouTube video of any problems you might come across with it, or if you want us to show you anything else that we could do with Shopify Flow as well. But yeah, that's all. Thank you, guys.